Thank you for staying tuned. You're still watching Game On here on News Central. Don't forget, we're coming to you on channel 23 on GoTV, channel 422 on DSTV, and channel 274 on Star Times. We're also coming to you on your favorite social media handles, X, Instagram, whichever one tickles your fancy. That is exactly where you can find us because we're streaming live. I still have Wale Adigun with me alongside Toyin Ibitoye, and it's time for us to talk football now. And we start here in Nigeria, especially in the heart of Ikede, Ogun State, where dreams of a first ever NPFL title are alive and burning. Remo Stars have edged a step closer to clinching the Nigeria Premier Football League for the first time, thanks to a vital 1-0 win over struggling Plateau United that was last Sunday. Remo Stars are now 11 points clear of second place Rivers United, and the Shooting Stars were both tied on the same number of points. And one man is champing at the bit, burning with the desire to have his hands on his first ever NPFL title. Sikiru Alimi, striker for Remo Stars, joins us today all the way from Benin, where his team are prepared to face Bendel Insurance tomorrow night to speak about his career, Remo Stars, and the dream of winning his first ever NPFL crown, while also hoping for CHAN honours with the national team of Nigeria. Sikiru Alimi, thank you so much for coming through tonight on Game On. It's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
First question to you. It's Ramadan, and I know you devote most of your fasting. How tough is it, playing football at the highest level, especially while you're fasting as well? Because you have a tough game tomorrow. How tough is it, combining both your faith and your profession?
Honestly, it is very, very difficult. Considering the Nigerian weather and acclimatization here, it's very difficult. The weather is always hot, and the time of the games by 4 p.m., by that time, you're always already getting hungry already. No.
So I would think that would make you even hungry for goals, to win the game. But
hunger for goals
is different from hunger for food.
It's different from the hunger I was talking about.
Okay, very true.
Very, very different.
Okay.
Very.
But Sikiru, 11 points clear at the top of the Nigeria Premier Football League. It seems like it's just a matter of time before Remo Stars are crowned champions. What has been the secret to your success this season, whereby you are 11 points clear and seemingly coasting home to a first ever title?
Honestly, there's still a lot more to play for.
Really?
There's still a very lot to play for. 11 points, I think it's nothing.
Interesting.
During the first round, in a matter of like 2 games, we were top of the table, leading with a couple of points. And coming back to the second round, we're already topping with this margin. So about 10 games remaining. I think there's still lots more to play for.
Okay.
It's not
but Sikiru, I think Remo have shown signs before now that they will be challenging for the title this season. 3 seasons ago, second. Last season, second. And that consistency has been there, losing out narrowly. Now you are leading with 11 points. I'm not sure in the history of the domestic scene in Nigeria that there's been a club that has led, because our league is very competitive, our league is very tough. You don't find a team sure of the title at this time of the season. You start to find them maybe towards the end, maybe week 35, week 36, week 33, upwards. What are you telling yourselves right there in your camp in Remo Stars? What are you telling yourself? How are you psyching yourself up to keep your head low and keep going until you cross the finish line? Because some clubs don't know how to keep that momentum going, and then they lose track. But it's difficult for that to happen in this case. So how are you telling yourself to keep going so that you can cross the line, and then you can be sure that the trophy is coming to Remo for the first time?
It's very obvious that it's very obvious that no one has led with this margin of points to almost towards the ending of the season. So everyone right here, everyone in the club was so optimistic. We want to go all out while still keeping our head above waters. So I do tell the guys and my teammates, like, we can do it, and we can do it in a grand style, like no one has ever done before. So right now we're trying to keep our head cool and try to go all out and amaze as much point as we can. So we'll get to the finish line, maybe leading with this margin of points.
Amen to that. Wale, you have a question for Sikiru?
Sikiru, good evening. It's good to talk to you tonight. A lot of people also don't realize that when Remo came through to the NPFL, they got relegated, if you guys remember.
2 times.
Yes.
They came, got down, came back, got down.
So the progress has been organic, and a lot of people always remember the 2 second-place finishes, but they've come, they've gone. And I mean, what's happening right now is a testament to their staying power. But I mean, let's talk about you for a little while. You have 4 goals and an assist so far, so good this season from 27 matches, not a healthy return. I'm sure you're...
4 goals and 3 assists.
And 3 assists.
Sorry.
Sorry about that one.
How many goals?
4 goals and 3 assists. That's 7-goal involvement. I know you want to do better than that. I'm sure you're beating yourself about it because you know that you can do better. What has happened? Is it that the defenders are paying you special attention? Has the league been very tough for this season? What's happened?
Definitely. Although I started the season very, very late, I was kind of sick towards the beginning of the season. Thereafter, I came in and was amazing the minutes, getting much more minutes than I can, almost towards the ending of the first round. And to be sincere with you, the league this season has been very, very tough. And the defenders, they know who they are playing against, and so much attention are being paid to we, the household names.
So it's not a case of you not being able to score. It's just that maybe they are double teaming or triple teaming you, or maybe it's part of the tactics that they Sikiru Mole. Just hold on to Sikiru. don't let him score. Okay, maybe that's the issue. But I mean, Sikiru, you've also played for. I mean, you played in the past for government-owned clubs. You are now with a club that is regarded as Nigeria's foremost private-owned club. What would you say are the differences, the stark differences that you can see between both setups, government-owned clubs and a private-owned club?
Honestly, there are lots of differences and huge differences to say. Just to mention a few, the welfare package of the players, they pay more attention, like the private club, they pay more attention to your contract details and so many other things, just to mention a few. I think I prefer the private clubs. They are well organized and well.
At least they can't hold you and tell you to bring your clearance. Let's talk about.
And there's we don't wait for government approval until they approve money before we get paid.
Oh wow.
Sikiru, let's talk about. I mean, as Wale said, let's talk a little bit more about you. You are very experienced. You are also in the Chan Eagles. And
played abroad too, actually.
You've played abroad, you know, so you have a lot of experience and all of that. But let's talk about your role and your expectations with, for the league, let's say done and dusted.
He doesn't agree.
You don't agree, but no.
Signed, sealed, and almost.
He doesn't agree.
Let's just say pending. But let's talk about the Chan Eagles. What's your plan? What are your aspirations with the Chan team? We were almost going for the Chan tournament and then CAF moved it. Now we are having a break. What do you expect from the Chan Eagles? How do you want the team to be prepared? What are your expectations? And what can you tell Nigerians about what we should be expecting at the Chan? Our best performance at the Chan was the 2nd place finish in 2018. Can you guys go there and do one better than that? So that's because I know that you have about 4 members of your team, of Remo, about 4 or 5 in the Chan Eagles. So how are you guys looking at it? What are your plans? What are your aspirations?
for this present CHAN tournament that was built for Uganda, Tanzania, and what's it called, Kenya.
Yeah.
So unfortunate it was postponed. It was so unfortunate because the players that were in camp, they were showing lots of enthusiasm to go all out, and the coaches also, they were well prepared. So unfortunate. Right now, I still wish the team all the best. If I'm being with all my strength, all my might, I don't care what anybody has to compliment me with. I don't care, as long as the coaches deem me fit to represent my country. Why not? I'll go all out. And towards the ending of the season, if I'm being called, like I could still offer the team my utmost best, I will do that. Right now, I just want to concentrate on Remo Stars and our journey ahead.
Okay. Wale?
Yeah, now let's concentrate. Let's get back to Remo Stars and concentrate on that. You know, I mean, the team has struggled to crack the CAF Champions League group stage code. For 2 years now, they've been getting knocked out in the prelims. What has to change? Because right now, you are 99.9% almost sure
champions in waiting.
They're going to play CAF Champions League football, the way it seems. I'm not going to say that you're going to win the league, because second place, remember, also can guarantee CAF Champions League football. So you're almost guaranteed CAF Champions League football. What has to change so Remo Stars can crack that group stage code, which they haven't been able to do in recent seasons?
Generally, not only Remo Stars alone, most of our representatives in CAF tournaments, what they just have to do, just strengthen the team more and keep most of your stars. If you can do that, it's all said and done, because that is what most of the North African teams do, and which likely it's not possible, to be honest with you. It's not possible. Because the welfare packages right now in Nigeria is nothing to write home about. So we, the players, there's no way we can stay. After the season, I'll look forward to going to other clubs to earn more. Whereas Nigerian teams, they'll tell you they can't pay you, they can't afford that, which is not good for our team. They have to do everything possible, humanly possible, to keep all our stars. If you watch and notice, for the past 5 years, we don't keep our stars back to our team. Immediately after a season, the stars are leaving. After a season, the stars are leaving.
Okay, well, if there's any club that should be able to keep that. Okay, go on. Sikiru, you were saying something?
I said yes, it's difficult. It's difficult. But if they can actually keep the stars for more than 3 seasons, 4 seasons, there's a likely opportunity for us to break the jinx of going to the group stages of CAF tournaments.
Yeah, Sikiru, one thing I know is this. If you are a champion in your domestic league, you get a better draw. The reason why you've been drawing those North African teams and those difficult teams is because you finish second in the league, and then you get a tougher draw in the CAF Champions League.
Champions are getting these draws too. They're not qualified.
Yeah, but if you are a champion, you will get an easy draw, at least in the preliminary rounds, and then you can pick it up from there. So winning the league gives you a little bit of an edge in terms of the teams you will draw. That's the first one. The second one is that if there's any club in Nigeria that should be able to keep the stars, is Remo. But as I was about saying is, I remember that Sadiq, the guy who gives you most of the assists, maybe that's why your goals have just been 4 and 3 assists. Sadiq, that gives you assists, plenty of assists from right side, has gone abroad. So that's just to buttress your point that it's difficult to keep the stars because of the money and the welfare package. But I think if you go on to win the league, you get a group preliminary draw, and then just win 2 games, you are in the group phase. Now, it's a lot easier than in the past when you play 2 games, play a third one, play a playoff before you get into the group stage. Now, win 2 games, and then you are in. So let's see how it goes, and I can only wish you the best of luck.
But before you go,
thank you very much. Honestly, I'm also looking forward to it.
I can imagine. But before we go, it's an interesting question I've been meaning to ask you. I read somewhere that your father was a military officer. You grew up in a proper militarized household in the barracks. How did you manage to convince your father to let you go and play football? That's my question.
My father was a naval officer.
Okay.
And I grew up in the barracks in Ajegunle, Navy barracks.
Navy is the refined part of
it wasn't hard for him to allow me to play football. I think he himself had this love for football already. He bought me my first boot, so it was very, very easy for me to join.
Yeah. So I just wanted to quickly ask. Your brother also plays. I mean, you guys played at shooting together, Adebayo. I mean, what's up with him right now? And
yes.
Also from a very light note, what's it with you and Abu Aziz? I mean, you guys are always having this back and forth on social media. I know you guys are friends, but you guys always banter a lot. Tell us about it.
I think Abu Aziz is a clown. Abu Aziz is a clown.
You were teammates at Warri Wolves, I think.
Yeah, you were.
Then what about your brother as well? Is he still at Shooting Stars?
I think so.
Is Adebayo Alimi still at Shooting Stars?
No. Presently, he plays for Sunshine Stars.
Okay. Wow. Well, we've been having, so I beg your pardon, Remo Stars top striker, Chan Eagles striker, Sikiru Alimi with us on the show tonight. Thank you so much for coming through. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you, hearing about your journey in Nigerian football. We wish you all the very best tomorrow in that game against Benin Charles. Hopefully you can add to your tally of goals. But before I let you go, just one more question. I know you've done a lot in Nigerian football, played for some really good clubs, played outside in Tunisia, Libya, and Morocco. Is there still anything, what would you say has been the biggest highlight of your career till date? And is there something that you still would really, really like to achieve? Don't say winning a league, because that one is almost inevitable. But is there something that you would really like to achieve before you end your career?
I think I want to represent my country in a major tournament. I don't care if it is the main Super Eagles or the Chan Eagles. I just want to be there in a proper tournament for my country. But I think that would be the highlight.
But what has been the biggest highlight so far for you in your career?
I think qualifying the Chan Eagles, because I was a bit lucky the previous time I played. I think right now I'm really optimistic and very happy I could qualify the team.
Well, Sikiru Alimi, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I know it's late because you have a tough game tomorrow, and you've also been fasting, so you're absolutely tired. But I really appreciate the fact that you took time out to talk to us tonight on Game On. I would like to speak on behalf of Wale Adigun and Twin Bitoyo. I would like to thank you so much for your time. I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors.
More goals.
And more assists.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure being here, and the fact that my network has been really, really messy, still struggling to hear, and I couldn't make most of my points clear. It's my pleasure. I think I'll be really happy if I'm invited. For the,
look,
after the title,
when you win the title, you can come with the trophy.
That your network might be the beginning factor, but tell you.
No problems. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much, Sikiru. It's an absolute pleasure. Have a pleasant night.